So I decided to pull my ride out in the daylight so everybody can get a nice good look at her. Now you can actually see the motor. It's a nice little small block. I mean, mid-rise, Edelbrock intake, Holly. It's a single pumper, not a double pumper. Manual choke, which I don't like. No headers. It probably does need a tune-up for sure. The carburetor needs rebuilt. I know that because it would not stay running. It is, I think it's got a actual carburetor, what is that? The carburetor seat gasket where it bolts to the intake gasket, whatever. It's leaking a little gas, so I think that needs, replaced, which when I pull the carburetor, I'll replace that anyway. Comes in the kit. Has 2 fuel filters on it. As you can see, they are not the best. So I need to get at least one and do away with that one down there. Or 2. And be done with it. I think that one down there is the pickup from the tank. I'm not sure. But yeah, needs new gaskets. What the crap? Okay, it has a PVC, or no, the PVC's over there. What is this? This is the blow-by. And they have it down here to nothing. Why? Why didn't you just put a breather cap on it? Alright, I'll put a breather on there for sure, a regular one. The steering shaft knuckle is actually touching, well, very close to touching the manifold way back here. And I was honestly thinking about putting headers on this, but I don't think it's going to do any good now. Let's see what else we got going on here. It's a little rusty, but the brakes do work very good. I don't want to pop it and check it right now, that's for sure. Aluminum radiator, electric fan. It's on a toggle. I don't like that. I'm probably going to put it on a dedicated switch. I do not like the whole pulley setup on this thing, but it might be all you have, all this big bracketry and stuff. I like it clean. That's definitely not clean. It is, of course, HEI, thank God. It does have SD-5, I don't know the name or the type of AC pump this is, but if it actually works, I would like to hook it up and use it with an aftermarket AC that they sell, like I'm putting in the Studebaker. But this thing's real clean. I mean, look at the frame. Frame's nice. They did a great job when they clipped it. I believe they clipped it right there. You can't see it, but it's right in front of the factory frame where it comes together at 2. But yeah, as you can clearly see, one of 3,120. I thought it was 3,200, so less. Of course, it does have the body number on it, and it is manufactured in Detroit, so you know it's good. She's a jewel. I do think I'm going to get rid of this front bumper because it turns it from somewhat hot rod looking to a grandpa vehicle. So probably going to change it or take that off. Everything else is real nice on it. I am not going to take this off, but I am going to get a vinyl sticker made that goes in here that has the Big Guy Garage and everything on it. So that way I can keep the mural. And, if somebody don't like, my sticker, if they end up buying it, they can just peel it off. And they got this underneath. So you can see where they dropped a little purple. I just noticed that. That's cool, though. Got a little purple here. The interior is not very snazzy. I don't like the center console thing they got there. It's cheap garbage. The door panels are okay. The dash is going to get painted. The window surrounds are going to get painted. And I'm going to try to add a fuel gauge into this thing because it needs one. I might buy a full gauge set that'll fit in here because I do not like, you know, the way it's set up. These two are the same, don't know, and completely different. So those are all different. You know, well, they're mostly different. Don't like that. Gonna change that. Headlight switch, fans. This is the interior fan. I don't like that. I'll probably not have that one because I'm gonna swap it out anyway. I believe it's a Camaro column. Yeah. I wish the seats were just like able to go back a tad bit more and I would be happy. But I do fit, so I'm a big dude. And I'm going to start working on that as soon as possible, trying to become a smaller dude. But, you know, it's funny. Doctors won't help you unless you're like deathly ill with diabetes. So I don't have diabetes. This does not connect to anything. So more than likely that'll be getting pulled out and welded up. And since it's a rat rod, you hit it with some red ox primer. You hit it with some black. You hit it with some clear. You wet sand it a little bit. You're done. Don't matter, you know what I'm saying? The window seals, they're still there. Let's just say that. The back, oh man. I needs me a card check to lay back here and take some pictures for the calendar. There's no calendar, but you know, she don't know that. Sweet. I don't know what I'm doing back here yet. I don't know if I'm keeping the red. I don't mind the red. All of these are going to get covered though. Everything in here is going to get covered with some 1/8 inch PVC sheet board and black vinyl fabric. There's your gas can, or your gas tank. I just put 5 gallons of Shell Plus in it. I only run Shell in my stuff. Again, it don't want to run very good right now. I can start it. It'll somewhat idle, but it definitely needs tuned up and cleaned up. Look at that, I'm improving it already, putting the trim back on. This door, the latch needs adjusted. That's all it'll do, no matter how much I slam it, so that has to be adjusted. The mirrors are butt kiss on this thing. The pedal, it's got a little wiggle. Wiggles left and right. No big deal, I can fix that. I hate the manual choke on it if I haven't said it already. There's no keys for this. So yeah, I better make sure I know where I'm parking and keep it parked safe. The wheels are not staying. I know some people like the moon caps in black, but I'm either going to put some black 18s I have or some chrome 20s I have on this. The 20s are 20 by 10 in the rear though, but I believe these are like 11s. They're pretty wide. So yeah, that'll be coming up, some wheel swappage. Let me see if I can't start it. I don't think there's really anything else that I want to change about it. Everything else is good. I don't mind the steering wheel. I don't mind the red and black. It's all going to be red and black, so I might even paint this red and black the rest. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Choke on this thing sucks. It's got good oil pressure when it wants to idle right. That carburetor needs rebuilt real bad. See? Alternator's charging good. Yeah, that carburetor needs rebuilt bad. But, yep, of course, as soon as I get out, it dies. But, yeah. I'm going to put this baby back in the garage until I get something done to where I can pay for it. And actually, you know what's cool? I'm standing, I'll put you eye level. That's me eye level. So this thing isn't high at all. Of course, if I was, you know, a little bit on the nutso side, I could put like, you know, 412s in there or something. Make this thing loud. But I'm not into that life anymore. I like the sound, baby. I listen to metal. I listen to techno. Not about the bass, you know. I just noticed, is that window cracked? No, it's marker. Thank gosh. They're flat. I mean, I can get them cut easy, but I don't want to spend anymore. I'm already planning on spending. I'm spending about 1,000 probably is what I'm going to have in it by the time I'm done. So, hope you enjoyed the view and the plans coming. But that's just what I'm checking out. Oh, cool. It's got some red here. So red and black fit this thing real good. That's probably the factory paint. Other than that, I love it. I hate to say it, a lot of people are not going to agree with me. I put a lot of work in the C10. I had about $8,000 in it. That's not labor. That's just parts. I don't really add my labor to things that are mine, so I don't care. Since, you know, it was worth... I told my buddy 10. I'm not going to lie. But this he had for sale for more. And he also sold this for double, a little bit more than what I had in the truck. So this thing is already making money. When I add to it and finish the back out, add some speakers and stereo, clean up the interior, thinking about painting this a little bit more because it's a little too primary. This thing would probably bring even more than what he got for it 2 years ago at the run. But I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about driving and enjoying right now. So. Alright, so it's a fabulous Thursday. Yes, I know. It's not Monday. We're actually not getting a lot done this week. Weather, doctors, running, basically. But I'm up here in the 41. If you can't tell. Yeah, that's still baby back there. Don't worry. She'll be gone whenever I tell the guy you can have it, because honestly, I don't want it out in the weather, and it's his car, but that's just how it is. What I am doing is I am actually working on a radio up in this thing, because I like to cruise with tunes, period. No radio is no fun for the most part. Sorry for you guys who listen to your cars going down the road and that's it. It gets kind of boring. I'm 35. I like tunes and the sound of the car, so I want them both. I'll turn the camera around here and I'll show you what I'm working on. So this right here, this whole piece, is the original radio for this car. I am not joking with you. When I say original, I mean still has the factory speaker in it. Yeah, it's garbage. Here's what's funny. I don't know if back then, 41, they didn't use magnets, but this has no magneticity, or however you want to say it, left. Magnetization. It's gone. It is literally just a speaker now. Like a cone and a huge bracket. But that bolts to the back of this. And honestly, I had a plan of putting a 10.1 inch stereo in here, which would cover pretty much from here to here. It'd be the whole thing. Let me actually see. 10.1 inch. Actually, it still wouldn't even cover the whole thing. It would be most of it, but not all of it. As you can see. Yeah. But I remembered actually, my buddy told me, oh, you got a brand new stereo in the trunk of your car. I'm like, oh yeah, the boss. So I have a 7-inch, brand new, doubled in DVD, CD, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, ooh, that kind of fits nice. But it also had me thinking, hey man, then you got this ashtray. They're $100 for a replacement ashtray. Clock, can't find them. Radio spot, don't want it. So I'm like, man, the grill looks cool. If I can make some things for these, which I probably will, you know, to block them off. Might even put some little switches or something here to do something. I don't know. But I just said, hey, man, let's just put it in a glove box. And honestly, now that I'm looking at it, it's going to have to get set back in there pretty far to make the glove box work, too. Just one thing after another, you know. It's going to have to go pretty far back, which you can't tell, black ring, black hole. But that's fine. I mean, there's literally nothing back here for, I don't know, 18 inches before there's anything back there. Let's check it. Oh, I was close. 17 inches. There's 17 inches of nothingness back in there. So I've got the room. So I am probably just going to go ahead and put the head unit in here, tuck it back a little bit. Just basically bolt it to whatever, which is probably going to be these. And then I'm probably not going to get one on the top. But anyway, stereo's going to have to go in the glove box. Just for the sake of, you know, it's easier that way. I still, if I could find something that fits this whole thing, I would do it in a heartbeat. But I can't. And the ones I am finding, like the Android head units that are 10.1, the cheap ones are $100, and 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of memory, which I don't even need. I don't care about the memory. I care about the RAM because that's how fast it moves. $100. When you get over 2, the 3s and 4s are in the $200 ranges, and then you start going up into, you know, 5, 6, and 7 after that. So I said, you know what? Just going to put the head unit in the glove box and be done with it. But all this dash does have to be painted. I just noticed this piece of trim is missing, and for the love of God, that's going to kill me. I wonder what kind of trim. Man, that is just a little piece of square channel. I might replicate that out of a little piece of like flat stock and weld some screws to it to make this come back again, because I would like to have this piece, because every piece but this one is here. Why'd you have to show me that? But that's the piece I'm going to probably end up having to remake. This stuff back in the day was probably all bronze. What we got hiding up here? What's that? Ow. Nothing. Just getting stabbed in the finger. But this stuff was probably all bronzed. Like a bronze look. Aged bronze. Whatever. Probably like this. And I was thinking about taking it back that color. But also I was thinking of other things. So I definitely want to paint this. Though it's just a little strip from here and over there. Just that piece. Like a metallic bright red, like this bright red, because it's already in here. Through there, that color, and this is going to go black. Either gloss black or a metallic black. I think a metallic black would be killer on just the dash, and then paint the doors just normal gloss black. But I think a metallic black covering everything that's not the center of the dash would be cool. So probably what I'm going to do as soon as I can find some nice metallic black. And I got to find some nice, like, flaked out, sweet red. And this being cast bronze, this could just be pot metal too. but it needs primed with DTM or something like that. Something that's going to eat into it real good, epoxy. And it also needs adjusted somehow. Let me take a look here. Something is holding it. You know, if there's like this extra bend here, it's sort of holding it out. I wonder if that should be flat. I don't want to break it. But I'm wondering if this should be flat, like somebody's had it down too far and bent the fire out of it or something. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting real anal and I'm talking a lot, but these are the things I want to do. Wipers don't work. Kind of don't care about that because I don't plan on driving it in the rain. But better laid plans of mice and men. I have new gauges coming. Like, not one gauge, a 5 set. So those are completely going. I don't like them. And the gauge in the center, which is my Speedo, I have the same size coming. And I sort of want to... Let me see if I can show you. Sort of want to cut around here and actually fit it up. Because these got a gap. And that's just a piece of plexi or something. So yeah, that's got to change. What else do I want to change? I'm gonna drop some of these washers and raise that up a little bit more. The gas pedal works, but it's kind of stiff. And if we take a look, okay, if I can get this thing back out of here single-handedly, because it weighs 200 pounds. Not even joking, this thing is heavy. Like, this thing is heavy. In here, which you cannot see because it's just a black hole, is all the mechanism for this, which is another reason I didn't want to put the 7-inch in here, because then I have to take out that center vent. But I think it's not adjusted right because I pull back, and where it's supposed to be, this is supposed to be closed. Then when you push forward, it's supposed to open. So yeah, it's not right. That's got to be fixed. I'll have to learn on that a little bit. What else is there? Oh, the fan is on a toggle over here. That is definitely getting changed to a probe style. I've already bought it. I just haven't put it on yet. Because I do not like toggles for your fans. Because if you forget about it, forget about your engine being in there. This I'm going to try to take off. When I take off the trim, all this is getting painted black. Black. This is already black. I don't have any visors. I'm not really worried about that. They're just like little cards anyway. This is the light for in here. It doesn't work. Somebody ran a power wire for a new one. And I'm probably going to put a new one in it. Actually, I'm going to make like a center thing that goes from the front all the way to the back. And it's going to be one giant light. So this thing's going to have plenty of light. Anywho, now that I've showed you that, I got my head unit here. Let me show you the face removes. That's how long I've had this. I wouldn't care to have a mechless, no DVD, no CD, because I don't have CDs or DVDs. Does anybody? But yeah, head pops off, so I'm gonna stuff that baby in there some way, somehow. If this bottom part wasn't here, it'd be fantastic. But yeah, hold it. There we go. I'm gonna try to get it in there about that far. Be pretty nice. And like usual, Boss. I like Boss. Sue me if you don't like Boss. I don't care. I like Boss. Boss has never done anything wrong as far as I can tell. Everything I've got from them has sounded good. And in fact, the $900 in audio I won a couple years ago, which is where that came from, is all going in here now. Except for the speakers. I gave them to my father. But, oh yeah, my back hurts. Yeah, that's how old the drop light is. Let's go back here. I'll show you some other things that are definitely getting changed. Besides this air hose that's leaking. It's getting on my nerves. After the inspection's over, This back window will be coming out. Well, both back windows will be coming out because somebody just decided, let's silicone them in. It don't work. What I'm going to do, I'm very sure I've said this already, but I'm going to take it out, and where the lip is, I'm going to urethane a bigger window in there. That fixes that. Yeah, so here's the speakers I bought. These are Zeus Hyphonics. Zeus Hyphonics, these are for Hyphonics, Zeus. They need to go in to the door panels. I have to figure that out still. These are components for the front in regular 6.5s, which I think I'm going to put somewhere in that panel right here, up that high. And I bought some dust boots, so what I'm going to call them, but they're cones, to stop the water and everything that pours in these old car doors from getting on the speakers and destroying them. You know, it's all about longevity. That is what I'm going to show you. Let me sneak in there and get that. So, in said tube is red window tint, which I was totally going to do the back windows and side windows. Well, here's the problem with this red tint that I ordered. That's orange. That's not red, so I don't like it. It probably won't go on here. I'll probably end up selling to somebody or something, but just to be 100% sure. See, to me, everybody says it's red. I think it's orange. Like, that's red. That's orange. That is like orange. It might be kind of red too. I don't know. I'm going to cut a piece of this off and put on here, and we're going to take a look at it. So here's the tint test. As you can see from the outside, it is red chrome. Inside, it's going to look a little orangish, and then sun through the window, real orange. But I like it. I think that right there is a winner as far as the look from behind. Somebody behind me, you know, both these back windows will be tinted and both my side windows. Sorry, it's cold and I'm congested. But yeah, I like it. I think that'll do. So when I replace these windows, it will be getting tinted with the tint I have. So awesome. This is the actual temperature switch I bought for this. This is just a probe. Comes with a harness and everything, but it's regulated by itself. It's just nothing but a harness, you know, with the relay and everything. But this is like 28 bucks, you know. This keeps me from forgetting about the toggle switch. Probe, you just shove it into your radiator, like through your fins. But yeah, pretty easy setup. And that's going to do away with the toggle switch that I don't like. But that's the part number. Hayden 3652. Got to put that baby on. I'm getting a lot of parts built up to where I can go, you know, full ham on it for a couple days and get it pretty much ready. I'm hoping to be ready by April to, you know, hit the car shows and everything. But that's one of the more upgrades beside the gauges when they come. I already got my weather strip. This is from eBay. This is, you know, basically fits itself. This is 1/2 inch. 1/2 by 1/2 is what this takes. It removes this stuff right here. That's all toast. And, you know, replace it with this. And I'm just going to glue this in with some window sealant, you know, urethane. That's about it. What else do I have? The door seal. It's on its way. I ordered 39 feet. Of course, that's more than plenty for this, but I wanted to make sure I had enough to where I can get these exhaust fumes out of this thing. It's terrible. But that's about it for today. Oh, and I got the fuel arm and everything. The sending unit comes with the new gauges, so that tank's going to have to get dropped, hole drilled in it to put the fuel sender in it. I'll show you guys that too.